everyone, welcome to my channel. This video is going to be about Mercury retrograde, and I am doing this video because I put a question out about what would you guys like to see me post, and one of the suggestions was about Mercury retrograde. And since at the time that I'm recording this, we are in a Mercury retrograde, so I thought how fitting to talk about this now. So I will be sharing what Mercury retrograde is, or retrograde is in general, and sharing my experience, the things that I've learned, and the things that I do based on the knowledge that I have of astrology. And I'll share with you a few tips and tricks to navigate Mercury retrograde. So let's jump in. So Mercury retrograde, some people believe in it, some people don't, some people, really don't get into astrology. But I'm talking to those that want to know about Mercury retrograde and how they can navigate those energies for themselves personally. So Mercury retrograde in general is when, from the Earth's perspective, from our perspective, it looks like the planet is moving backwards or still. The planet is not, the planet is doing what it's doing. It's just from our perspective, the way that our transit is taking place during the retrograde time period is, it seems to us that the planet is, not moving at all or moving backwards. But it's just from our perspective. So during a retrograde, this is a time for us to stop, pause, assess, and rethink some things, or really come into awareness of some things that we may no longer need, or maybe we have to shift some things around. So depending on the planet, this is the planet's. So for example, Mercury retrograde, when we look at the planet, Mercury is a communication. That's its main thing. It's quick communication. It's the messenger of the gods. So when it's in retrograde, we're not getting those messages. Those communications is a bit off. So once you know the planet, you know about retrograde, you know the planet, then you look at the zodiac that is in. We are currently, at the time that I'm filming this, in a retrograde starting on February 25th and moving and through ending on March 20th. And it is in Pisces. So once you know, okay, retrograde is happening, as the collective, you look at the zodiac that it is in, and then you get that information. What is the zodiac about? Pisces. Pisces is this dreamy energy. Sometimes the lines are blurred, right? But it's this dreamy energy. So we are having Mercury retrograde in this dreamy energy space. So after you get you have this collective information about what it is, then you go into the more personal part to really home in on how these energies are going to show up for you. But first I want to say, you also, I'm talking to those that follow astrology a bit. You don't have to be an astrology, professional, but you can, these are just basic things, right? If you look at the transits that's taking place, you hear there's many videos about what transits are taking place. So right now, you also want to look at how the planet Mercury is is, how is its health, right? Is it harmonious? Is it in a place where it's harmonious? Is it conjunct like this planet that's going to really make it chaotic? Is it, conjunct, like right now, it is in Pisces and Venus is in Pisces. So Venus is exalted in Pisces. So this is kind of helping us out. I know it's helping me out, which is why this Mercury retrograde is kind of, it's not chaotic energy for me. It's because I'm ruled by Venus and Venus is happy right now. So Venus is a benefic planet, right? She wants to bring all the good joy and pleasure. So she's kind of like helping this placement out. But you still, whenever we have a retrograde, no matter what, the transits are, you still want to stop, pause, and really pay attention to every, step you're taking. Don't be obsessive, but pay attention to every step you take. And it's funny, I had a conversation with someone today and I had realized something. I'm like, oh my gosh, right? This is retrograde. You did this during Mercury retrograde. And then I felt like they almost kind of went into panic mode. Like, oh, well, I did it now. Now what do I do? But one of the things that I had said was the worst thing that you could do during a Mercury retrograde is really focus on, oh my goodness, what's going to happen, because in that you will be the thing that makes something chaotic happen. So, you just take in your information, figure out where it's at for you or where it's taking place for the collective, and you just do your homework and just like, okay, let me just pay attention and be aware of these energies. Now, when you find out where it is at for you, like for example, if you're a Pisces rising, this is taking place in your first house. So this is the house of self, right? You're going to probably be thinking like, oh my goodness, should I really be addressing like this? Should I really be presenting myself like this? And with it being in Pisces, you're really going to be thinking like, is this my true self? So if you go like to the second house, that second house is about finances, the things you value. So you're really going to have to pay attention to how you spend that money. So, and then, so on. And then the third house is communication. This is the house, Mercury rules this house. So you really, really need to pay attention. It's a double whammy. So that is the thing you want to do, right? If you really want to understand how to navigate the Mercury retrograde and you feel like there's chaos, this is how you pinpoint it. This is the area of life this energy may show up. So once you know that, there are a few things that you could do, right? Because what if you don't know anything about astrology? You don't know your chart. You don't have your birth information, all of those things. What are you supposed to do, right? And you want to know how to navigate Mercury retrograde. Well, you look at it as a whole, as the collective energy, and see what, they're saying is what's happening for the collective. And then the tips that you could do can be generalized, right? There's a way to do these few tips that I'm going to share for them to be general, or if you know the information to make it more personalized, then that's good. That's even better. A few things that I've done in the past and still do for Mercury retrograde. The first thing is I'm like wearing this right now, and it is one of the things that that's my first go-to is charms that I've created. Now, first I want to go with it. Let's do the easy thing, right? Crystals. That's a good one. Wear crystals that help you with communication. And, right, that's the general. Wear crystals that can help you with communication. This is a lapis lazuli. That is good for communication, right? So, right, it's the throat chakra. So, wear crystals, bracelets, necklaces if you have them, or if you don't have any jewelry and you have a crystal, carry that crystal in your pocket somewhere, or your pocketbook. So that's the first easiest go-to. Find a crystal And my recommendation right now off the top of my head is a lapis lazuli. That's my go-to when we talk about communication. So then the next thing, one of my favorites, as I was starting to say, was I create charms. And the way that I do that is not during a Mercury retrograde. On a Wednesday, during the planet Mercury's hour, I enchant a charm. So whatever charm that I'm using, I will light some frankincense. Frankincense is my go-to. I'll light some frankincense, run it through the smoke. And as I'm doing that, I'm speaking the intention that I want help with at the time that I'm wearing it, whenever I'm wearing it. So we want it to help me communicate better, or help me be able to be aware, right? Of things that I need to be aware of. Speak plainly, direct intentions, not a whole couple of paragraphs. And also you can wear stones that, cause I have done that, stones that are good for like the third eye, because during Mercury retrogrades, right, you don't want to be like sidelined, or if that's the right word, you want to be aware, right? You want to be awake. So you can be aware of like potential things, like you hear that channeled information, like this is about to happen, or be on alert. So with the communication crystals, right, get some crystals that are aware, like amethyst. Amethyst is good, purple amethyst. But right, with the crystals, then do the charms, activate charms. So I think I have a video on how to do that. But you have your charms, and then the next thing is one of my go-tos, right? I have a couple of those, is Mercury retrograde sigil. You do the same thing. You activate that sigil during a Mercury day, Wednesday, and during a Mercury hour, and you activate that sigil however you activate sigils personally, right? So you activate that sigil and dedicate it to Mercury retrograde. So what I would do with that is work it into the next thing that I love doing, and that's a Mercury retrograde charm bag. And you could do a couple ways with this charm bag. If you don't create a sigil, you can put a petition in it. So what you would do is I would light a candle, and at that time, right, you could dress the candle if you want with some like a blend that would remove blocks, right? And you would speak your intentions and set that incantation, so mote it be. And then once that candle's burned out, you put all of that stuff in a charm bag, and you carry that charm bag on you during Mercury retrograde. And then the last thing that I've done, it's probably some more things that I've done over the years, but these are the things that stick out because I do them often. So I would have, and I only do this one if I feel like this is going to be a doozy. And how you know that, if you really follow astrology, and depending on your chart, where it's going to show up and what planets are there. If I feel like it's going to be a doozy, I will do a 7-day candle. I activate the candle, I fix the candle, and then every time we have a Mercury retrograde, I'll pull it out and then light it each day, and let it burn for, not the whole day, right? You let it burn for a couple of hours, and then you put it out, and then you bring it back. You leave it out, right? Because it's in the Mercury retrograde, but you leave it out, light it the next day, and light it each day until Mercury retrograde is over with. And Mercury retrograde is usually a couple of weeks. I know it's a 7-day candle, but it's not burning, consecutively. It's not burning all day, every day. You're burning it a little bit each day. So that's something that I do. So either wear crystals, wear enchanted crystals, and how you can make these things, right? Because this is general. How you can make these things really specific to where it's showing up for you at is taking those correspondences. So if it is in your first house, right, it's a house of self. So you really want to focus on getting things that can help you be confident, right? Because it's your first house. You want to be confident and balanced. So then if you are, if it's your second house, you want to pull in some correspondences that helps you, you know, be able to balance your money and be able to, you know, remove roadblocks in money. So this is how you make it more specific to where you feel like it's going to show up for you in your life, according to the house in your birth chart. So that is the way that you can really personalize it. So thankfully, there are some retrogrades that, not all retrogrades are equal, right? So this one, I'm really thankful that this is not one of those doozies. But yeah, so you get the point. Wherever you look at your birth chart and wherever it shows up at, that's where you take a look. But yeah, so that's what I wanted to share with you. I figured I'm sitting here doing some things, and I thought, why not? Let's just go over Mercury retrograde. And yeah, so, and I also, I hope you guys are signed up to the newsletter, because I just put out the Grimoire Current. And you know, I like this one. Each one I like it more and more, because I start adding some design elements to it and different things, and it has some spicy articles in there as well, and rituals. It goes over the blood moon and full moon and lunar energies, right? Because we are having this blood moon also. And again, please do go over and check out my community. You can join for free, and then you can hop on the live ritual where we are going to be setting intention. And the live ritual is going forward is going to be for the paid members, but I decided, since I just started on that platform, that I'm going to do the first one for all members, and we're going to do a ritual, set intention. And during lunar eclipses, lunar eclipses are usually about letting things go, banishing what does not belong, right? So we do this a lot of times during a new moon, right? We set those intentions, but this is like a 2.0, right? So we really want to do that. And we're having it on a Wednesday. I believe that's the day after the eclipse. And this eclipse energies last like 6 months and on, depending on where it shows up for you and your cycles. So, you know, just because you missed the eclipse day is not one and done. These are energies that's going to stay with you. So you really want to focus on setting those intentions, because the eclipse is going to unearth some energy, some of these things for you anyway. So yeah, that is what I wanted to say in this video. If you have any questions, let me know. Let me know in the comments what things you do for Mercury retrograde. Do you do anything at all, or do you even believe in Mercury retrograde? But yeah, so that is it for this video. Hope to see you over on the Magic Alchemy Circle over on the school platform. Link is in the description of this video. Until the next video, I love you all, and into the shadows.